show. I might have to change the show to the Spaz'ing Out live stream podcast, but we'll just call it Spaz'ing Out. Every time I do the show, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night at 6:30 is when I record my podcast. I do it live on TikTok and I do it live on Facebook. Eventually, I will have the other social medias. We will do it live on all of them. Now, a couple of things that I want to talk about today. Some important shit, some shit not so important. Yes, I did get the masks. Fuck, they're upstairs. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get someone to get them. Han! Let me see if I can get someone to bring them fucking down. Kay! I don't know if she's home. All right, hold on. Here's what I want to talk about today. But before we get to that, normally I have a sponsor. I like to let a local company be a sponsor of the day. Our landscape management out of Clinton sent me some masks, and they're upstairs, and I left them upstairs. I forgot, trying to get Kaylee to get them. But R&R landscape management, the guy does landscaping, and he also has dumpsters for rent. He also rents dumpsters in the Clinton area. Hook this man up. Here's what we're going to talk about on today's podcast. In Woburn, in my home city, black and orange, Tana Pride, the greatest city on the planet, God's city. Something disgusting has happened, something unfortunate, and we're going to cover it. Congress. I want to cover fake-ass Congress. I hate fake people. I hate fake-ass people. I hate people that do shit just to do shit, to make themselves look good. I want to cover this, and I want to try to bring it up in a way so that you guys don't get offended. I don't want to offend anybody. God forbid if I offend you. Here in Massachusetts, bars just got moved. You know, bars, not like a golden bar or a candy bar like you drink. Just got moved to phase 4. Bars will not be opening. They've been moved to phase 4. We're going to cover that. Something smells fishy, bro. Something smells fishy, and we're going to cover what smells fishy. Sports Illustrated column just came out regarding the national anthem. Raises an interesting question that I want to talk to you guys about. And then an absolute BS douchebag alert. You know what? We might have to sound the douchebag alert for a story that deals with cartoons. We might have to get the bell, get the DBs out. Who the fuck is Vsauce? Everybody keeps saying Vsauce to me. I don't know who Vsauce is, bro. Man, everybody says I look like the frog, Pepe, or this dude Vsauce. I don't know who Pepe is. I don't know who Vsauce is. I'm a 40-year-old man, and I'm not going to Google that shit. Thank you. Someone just hooked me up. Flick W. All right. Before we get into all that crap, I want to start. Nah, man, you know what? Let's just get into it. I got nothing to bitch about. All I do is I bitch, I moan. I try to get ready for this podcast the best I can. Thanks, V. Thanks, Flickdub. I try to do the best I can to get home in time to prepare for the podcast. While preparing for the podcast, I did some research on the Confederate flag. And I don't really want to get into a big rip-roaring discussion about whether or not you should hang the Confederate flag or not. One thing that I found is the flag that most people do hang is not even the Confederate flag. It's their battle flag, I guess. I didn't know that. So I just wanted to pass that along. I didn't know. Flick W is really hooking me up. Thanks. I didn't know that. That's all I wanted to say. I don't really need to get deep into a huge discussion about whether or not Confederate flags or, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get into it. They shouldn't be. Hands down. You know what? You lost the fucking war. You lost the war. You lost the war. When you lose, you lose. So, like, when you lose the Super Bowl, they don't fly your fucking team's flag. They fly the winning team's flag. When you win the championship, you don't get the rings. You lost the war. I don't even want to make it a racist thing. You lost the war. You lost the war. You were disbanded. It's over. Your fucking battle flag, bounce it. Your stupid statues, bounce them. I don't care. And I'm not even trying to make it a racist thing as much as you lost. And when you lose, you get bounced. The fucking Flick W is legitimately lighting me up with all sorts of gifts. So for those of you who don't know, I'm on TikTok and on Facebook, and I just wanted to acknowledge that person on TikTok. The Confederate flag, or what you think is the actual Confederate flag, isn't. The flag that we all think is the Confederate flag, it's the one that you call the rebel flag. It's the flag that's like the Duke of Hazzard's flag. It's not the fucking flag. It was a battle flag. Okay, so why don't you do a little research, learn that. Second of all, you guys lost the war, so you get nothing. You lose, you get nothing, bro. No cheese pizza. You guys have lost. You guys get bounced. So I have no problem with anything that had to do with the Confederate fucking states getting wiped out because you lost. Bro, you're not the champion. The Union won. We win. Goodbye. Go home. No flags. Bye. See? There. I did it without even making it about black or white. I'm just making it straight up about you didn't win. Your flag sucks. Why the fuck would you want to fly a loser flag? Honestly, think about it. They're not the champion. They didn't win. Their union is gone. It's over. Fucking Lee lost. Bye, bitch. See ya. There. We'll move on. Plain and simple. Don't care if the Navy, if the military, if the Marines, same thing. And if people down south or whoever want to get rid of Confederate shit, I don't care. You lost. You lost. You should have won. If you wanted to keep your shit, then fucking win. You didn't win. Beat it. We won. Other than that, let's get to Woo-Town, okay? I'm from Woburn, Massachusetts. For those of you who don't know, my name's Anthony Pazziali. Everybody, for some reason, thinks my last name is Spaziola or something like that. It's Pazziali. I'm from Woburn, Massachusetts. I lived there my whole life. I don't live there now. I wish I did. I wish I could move back there. I love the city. I care about the people of Woburn. I literally bleed black and orange. I have Tanner pride through and through. I've got nothing bad to say about Woburn. It's a great place to live. I believe the schools are great. I believe their sports are superior to other cities. I just love the city of Woburn. The police, the law enforcement there are great. It's a great city. And what happened in Woburn is not indicative. Is that a word? I hate when people use big words. Does indicative mean not an example? The fuck does indicative mean? I don't know. What an asshole. Some black guy should hit me in the face with a fucking penis. So, the reason I said that, for those of you who don't know, when I was in high school, a black man hit me in the head with a penis. So I get to say that. I have the right because it happened. What happened is there was a mural, all right, so in Woo-Town over by the McDonald's off of 93, it's Montvale. Behind there's a path. There's a bike path and a tunnel that people drive through. Someone, did a mural for George Floyd in honor of George Floyd. Now, I don't want to make this a debate on whether or not someone had the right to make the mural, all right? I don't care if they had the right or if they didn't have the right. They did it for a good reason, so let's not debate whether or not the guy that made the mural is a dick or not. And if you got a problem with that, then don't fucking listen to my show. So it was really nice, and it was done up nice. And overnight, last night into tonight, into today, someone defaced it. And I just want to stick up for the city of Woburn first and foremost and say I highly doubt that someone from the city of Woburn did this. I highly doubt it. Woburn has good kids. Woburn has great parents. I mean, it's a fucking good community to live in. And if someone from Woburn did it, they were just an idiot, an a-hole, a scumbag. And I'm telling you, I 100% am telling you, it was a kid that did it. It definitely was a teenager, because no adult would do it from no city. So the reason I bring this up is because I think it's a scumbag move to do it. The mural is part of the movement to let us all know that something's going bad or has been wrong in this country for a really long time, and we need to try to straighten it out. And to deface that really isn't to deface the man that passed away, but that it is. But you're also saying, plain and simple, you're also saying that you don't give a fuck about what's going on, and you don't care that the man was brutally killed. A whole bunch of shit. What I would like, and what I'm asking, is if the people of Woburn, or if the Woburn Police Department, or if anybody that listens to this show that might know me, if you know the person that did it, because I'm telling you, 100% they're a kid. They're a high school kid that thought it was funny, thought he was going to impress a girl. He's like, oh, hey, look, or he doesn't understand the levity of the situation, doesn't understand that police brutality is not acceptable, doesn't understand that all lives matter and that nobody should be brutally killed, especially if they've been handcuffed. He doesn't get it. The kid doesn't get it. His parents are probably shitbags, and I can say that you're a shitbag parent because I'm a parent. I have the right to call you out on being a crappy parent because I'm a parent. His parents are probably scumbags, didn't raise him right, or they don't give a shit about him enough to tell them right from wrong. Because any kid that knows has half a brain would know that, yeah, this is one mural I'm not going to fuck with. I'm not going to deface this to make some chick happy. But I'm telling you that's what happened. I'm telling you that it was some high school punk, some high school bitch ass pussy that did this because he's trying to impress his buddies or he's trying to impress his girl and thinks it's funny. It's not funny. No one's laughing. No one's over there, ha 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 ha. No one's laughing. It's not funny. You're not cool. I guarantee you're squirming right now. I guarantee you saw they had it on the news. It's in the local paper. I'm talking about it on my show. Social media's talking about it. You're fucking squirming. And you know what happens when you start squirming? Your boys that know about it, they're gonna fucking squirm too, and they're gonna snitch. They're gonna snitch. They're gonna go tell their dad, or they're gonna tell their mom. They're gonna tell someone else, bro. And you're gonna get caught. And you're gonna get busted, and you're gonna be in some deep shit. If I was your father, I'd stick my foot right up your fucking ass, and I'd leave it there for like a week so that you would understand that you don't do stupid shit like this. But I want to give you a break. I want to show you mercy. I would like you to take the opportunity while you're squirming in your fucking bedroom, playing, fucking Xbox while you're huffing your farts. I want you to feel the pressure, and I want you to come forward and make it right. You need to learn a lesson. You need to be a man. The only way you can make this right, the only way men, women, anybody that has done something wrong can make it right is to admit it, confess that you did it, step up, say, I did it and I was wrong, and people will show you compassion. Trust me, I have fucked up so many times in my life, and every time I do, and after it takes me time to realize that I messed up, I step up and I take the blame for it. Because I'm a man, and you have to do the same thing. Buddy, I know you're listening. I know your friends know. I know you're just down. You're like, oh, it's crushing you. And it's gonna crush you, I'm telling you, until your boys rat you out. You only got until your boys rat you out. Because you can't be sorry after you get caught. Number one rule, you're not sorry until you get caught, so you're not sorry. So you can't be sorry. Let me explain what I mean by that. People who say they're sorry after they've been busted, after they got caught, after mom and dad found out from someone else that you did it, no, you don't get I'm sorry's here. No, sorries don't mean shit. The only way an apology means anything is if you come forward before you get busted. If you admit before someone else finds out. If you ripped up your report card and they told your parents before the teacher called. Then a sorry is appropriate and warranted. So young man, because I know it was a young boy, I guarantee it was a teenage boy that did it, that thought it would be funny. And right now, buddy, I know how you're feeling because I've been there. I've done stupid shit and I felt that pressure just sitting there like, ah, man, that one was too much. That one was too far. I shouldn't have done that. That was a tough one. And I've been squirming. I've done shit where like the coach found out about it and he's like, I know one of you little fucks did it. And I'm in there and I'm like, ah, man, you feel about this big, bro. This big. You feel tiny. And you're lucky. In my case, you're lucky if you got a fucking boy that ain't gonna fucking say shit. Nothing. Take that shit to the grave. But most people, fucking rats. And they'll rat you out. So before you get ratted out, you little fuck, take the opportunity to make it right, come forward, and tell your parents, that you did it and that you want to make it right. You'd like to apologize for what you did, and you'd like to make it right. I don't know how you make it right, but the first step to making something right when you fuck up is to admit to it before people find out. So many times in my life, I've made a mistake. So many times. And the best apologies come before somebody knows, because it's meaningful, because you freaking admit that you messed up before someone else calls you out. So I'm moving on from this Woburn issue. I think it's really unfortunate and upsetting to me that somebody defaced this George Floyd painting mural, and it was really nice, and it was nicely done, and it was something cool that you could go walk by and just kind of breathe in the moment, or kind of take a second underneath a bridge if you're by yourself, and maybe breathe in some fresh air and kind of take in the levity of the situation in the United States. And it's unfortunate that someone had to ruin it and mess it up. Woburn's not like that. Woburn's a good community. I stand strong, and I stand by my people of Woburn, and I stand by black and orange forever. Tanner pride. Real good people living in the city of Woburn. We're gonna move on from that. Just a lesson to be learned right here. I am America's dad. America's dad is telling you guys, if you have done something wrong, the best thing you can do is to admit to it before you get caught, before it gets worse, and before that god-awful pressure that you're going to feel that's going to squeeze you. The guilt. It's guilt, bro. Before the guilt kills you, admit you did something wrong, and then you can move forward and ask for forgiveness. Your apology will be accepted because you admitted it before you got busted. I always give my kids that opportunity. 99% of the time, I find out that my kids have fucked up before I'm telling you, I already know. Someone's called me, teacher, neighbor, mom, someone has told me my kid, my son or my daughter did something wrong, and I always say, hey, you mind if I give it a day to see if they come to me and fucking come clean? I'd like to see if they will come clean. I'd like to give them the opportunity to think about what they did and to see if they would come clean and apologize. Most of the time, my son will. My daughter, she's 5 years old. She's not there yet. But every time she does something, I always tell her, it's so important, honey, for you, when you do something wrong, to come and tell me. It's the best and quickest way for us to figure out a solution. And it's the best and quickest way for forgiveness. And your apology will mean a lot more to me and to everybody else if you come forth before you get in trouble. There. There's my advice. I'm America's dad because I deal with two kids. I was a kid once myself, and my father was a great dad, and I know the difference between right and wrong most of the time. And when I make a mistake and I do something wrong, you can be assured that I will be the first one to call you and say, I fucked up. I am sorry. Before you get wind of it. Before. Okay. We're done on that. Now I want to get to fakers, posers, and bitch asses. You guys know how I feel about funerals, okay? Let's rewind, and I'll give you my thoughts real quick on funerals so that anybody that doesn't normally join the live stream, King Fam, what's up? Anybody that doesn't join the live stream or doesn't listen to my podcast on the reg doesn't know how I feel about funerals, okay? Funerals in general, first off, if you're not friends or family, and I mean real friend, like you knew the dude, had conversations with the dude, don't even fucking come to my funeral. Honestly, I don't care. I don't want you to feel bad. When I die, I die. You don't have to feel bad for me dying. If you didn't know me, whatever. Now, if you know my family, or if you know a friend of a friend, come to the wake. The wake is for posers. The wake is for people that didn't know you, but know your family and just want to show support for your family. They just want to come through and say, hey, Paz, sorry your father passed away. Cool. I get it. Now, I know you don't really give a fuck that my dad died. You didn't know him. You're pissed off because you had to leave work early. You wanted to get home for your kid's soccer game. Your wife's bitching at you. Your TV show's on. You got to do a podcast. And going to a fucking wake is just a hassle. I get it. And I agree with you. Going to wakes and to funerals is a hassle. People fucking die. Can't stand them. Don't send flowers. That's another thing. No fucking dead man has any use for flowers. It's a huge waste of money. If you honestly, if you're thinking about buying flowers for the next funeral, give me the money and I'll use it for something else, bro. I'll go buy peanut butter and jelly. At least I'm going to eat the shit. Now that I got that out, to me, just about everybody at the funeral, and if you don't go, and straight up, man, I don't care if you come or not, so you'll never hear shit from me. But when you come through and you're like, sorry for your loss, I'm like, bro, yeah. The fuck do you want me to say to that? That's how I feel. What do you want me to say to that? Oh, you're sorry? You're sorry? Sorry for my loss? Pfft, that's what I want to say. I want to be like, yeah, okay, guy. Oh, you're sorry for my loss? That does nothing for me. Nothing. I'd rather you just fucking acknowledge that you're there for me. It's like, hey, bud, I'm there for you. Sorry for my loss. You got fucking magic. You can bring my old man back? No. Beat it. So, to get to my point, I am just absolutely irate with Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats that are going, or that yesterday or Monday had on their African scarves. They're so fucking African. They had on their African garbs. They've now, after 50 years of serving in Congress, have recognized racism, that they're gonna wear their African fucking scarves out in support of Floyd's family. They got their African, big, bright fucking scarves as they kneel down on one knee. Please, this isn't a bitch about white or black. This is just a bitch about posing. It's garbage. If I were an African American, I don't even like saying African American. Dude, if I was fucking, I would be highly offended. Highly offended by it. I allegedly, see, I'm an American, right? I don't tell people I'm Italian American. I'm American. I don't say I'm Native American. I'm American. My mom's side Native American. My dad's side Italian. But I don't sit there and go, oh, I'm Native American. Oh, I'm Italian American. Dude, I'd be rip shit if you guys all came to my funeral and you were wearing fucking dream catches and an Italian flag, or maybe you had a big ass gold chain on with the big, what's that thing the Italians fucking wear? The tomato, pepper. You got a big pepper hanging from your neck and you got dream catches hanging from your ears and you're smoking some fucking wampum. Bro, I'd be pissed. And I think George fucking Floyd's family should be pissed too. Guy was American. Born here. Wear your American flags. Wear your American pins. He was American. He wasn't African. He was American. American. Red, white, blue. Not fucking African. Not, let me put on my African scarf and get down on one knee. Nancy Pelosi and your fucking cronies, you've been in Congress since the fucking Civil War happened. You were fucking in Congress when Abe Lincoln was president. And all of a sudden, you break out the African scarf and get down in solidarity and support? I would be bullshit about it. Because you're posing. Because you're fake. Because all of a sudden, it's a problem. All of a sudden, it's up in your face. And so now you have to pretend. Now you gotta pretend to the community that you guys give a shit. If you gave a shit, you'd come out. I'd do it. God, please someday let me be a congressman, because I would fucking go right on TV and I'd have, and any American died and you guys were offended. You say Native American gets fucking smoked out. Guy gets choked to death. Killed just the same way Floyd. I'll go right on TV and I'll say, and they'll be like, oh, are you going to wear some feathers? You going to come with a bow and arrow? Maybe you'll come out of a teepee before his funeral. That would be pretty cool. You think maybe we could do a fucking totem pole for the guy? No. No, because he's fucking American. I don't get it. That's what I would say. So I say the same thing to George Floyd and his family. I would say, what the fuck are you wearing? That's what if you came to my dad's funeral with the fucking Italian flag wrapped around your fucking head and you had a, like I said, I don't know what Guidos wear, bro. All right, because I'm American. But if you showed up at my dad's funeral with the Italian flag and you had a soccer shirt on or football shirt, whatever, some pizza and some pasta, and you were like, oh, this is to honor all the Italian Americans, bro, I tell you to get the fuck out of here because my father loved America, loved this country. So much so that he never taught us Italian. I used to ask the guy all the time, hey, how come you don't teach us Italian? We're American. My father would always say it. We're American. We're American. In this country, we speak American. You're American. You're not Italian. My father was passionate about this country. And I think it's garbage. And I think they're posers. And I think Nancy Pelosi and her cronies should be ashamed of themselves that they took the opportunity to act like they give a fuck about African Americans by putting on African American scarves. I hate to break it to you, Nancy, but not all fucking black people are from Africa. Sorry. Now, this dude might have been, maybe his descendants were, I don't know. But there's a shit ton of other cultures that have black fucking people that are not from Africa. But in general, I would just be offended. Because I'm American. And I think his family should be offended. Born, raised, lived in this country, American. There is no African American, Italian American, Native American, Irish American, Latino American. Each and every one of us is just plain simple American, and it's disgusting and it's gross to me that people are flaunting over this photo and the video of Nancy Pelosi with the long scarf with the African, I don't even know what the fuck it's called, right? And don't make it about race here, because this comment is nothing to do with race whatsoever, and all to do with calling it how it is. Plain and simple. Calling it how it is. The guy was American. He was American. George Floyd was American. Just as American as I am an American and not a Native American. Just as American as I am an American and not a fucking Italian American. I'm just American. He's not African American. He's American. God, it drives me nuts. And just everybody's like, oh, look at Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats wearing the African garbs. They really care. They do? They've been in Congress for like 50 years. They're all over it. They've been on top of racial issues for the past 50 years, right? They had this. Oh, wait, they didn't? Because if they were on top of it, this would have never happened, right? If they really gave a shit, this would have never happened, right? I mean, if they were really caring about the African American, they'd wear, fucking African American clothes every single day. All of a sudden. I'm surprised they even found a place to fucking buy it. I wouldn't do it. I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. Honestly, I'm embarrassed by it. It's fucking embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing. If I were a congressman, I would have went to this man's funeral. I would have recognized the problem that we have in this country. And then if someone said to me, well, where is your African garb? I would have looked fucking right in their face and I would have told the reporter, what the fuck are you talking about? African garb. Well, all the other congressmen and women and Nancy Pelosi, they're all honoring this African American by wearing his cultural garbs. What? The guy's fucking American. That's what I would say. I'd be like, what are you talking about? The guy's American. He's from Houston. You should wear a fucking cowboy hat. What? That's what I would say. 100%. That's where I stand on this. I can't stand it. I hate poses. I hate fake people. Just be honest, or you're a bitch. Just be fucking honest, or you're shit. And people see through it. And if you don't, I'm here to tell you to see through it. I'll tell you guys day in and day out. And I don't care if it's Trump or if it's Nancy Pelosi. I will call your BS out. Be real. Be fucking real. No need to be fake. There's no problem, no issue whatsoever in just simply saying George Floyd was an American, and I have my American flag pin, or I have my American flag scarf, or I'm wearing my American flag today in honor of this fine American that was brutally taken from us. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Something wrong with you guys acting like you're in tight with the African people. Something wrong with you showing up, getting down on one knee. Dude, it's a fucking joke. Just thinking about it, dude, makes me laugh. It does. It does. It just does. It does. Please, someone produce a photo of Nancy Pelosi wearing a scarf like that over the past 1,000 years since the bitch has been alive. Oh, it's so fake, man. So fake. So that's what I'm just trying to get at. I can't stand that. Someone just asked if the cookout got passed yet. Cookout is going to happen, but it's going to happen in July. I'm in works on. I'm doing a cookout for cops. I support all law enforcement. I support military, and I want to have a cookout for cops. And it's going to happen up on Revere Beach, probably sometime in July. But there is good news. Other people across the state are interested in doing it. So it looks like we're going to do it in many locations. We're going to be doing one, I guess, in East Bridgewater. So this might be something that's going to take up my whole fucking summer, going to cookouts for cops. And I have no problem doing it because this is how it works. They serve us, and now it's time to serve them burgers and hot dogs. So we're going crazy with cookout for cops. All across Massachusetts. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. And there'll be no posing. I'm not going to come like, I'm not going to come with fucking handcuffs and a badge and be like, oh, yeah, fucking, I'm a cop, brah. Yeah, I'm African. Look at my scarf. No posing. Just be straight. Just be real. The guy was an American. American. I want everybody for a second just to stop and think about that. Everyone who's listening to my show, I want you to think about what your ancestry is. Okay? I want you to think about where your family came from. And then I want you to say to yourself, well, I'm not Italian. I'm American. I'm not Irish. I am American. I'm not African. I'm American. I'm not Native American. I am American. Plain and simple. We are all Americans. A man who never lived in Africa. Never. Ever. The guy is born and raised right here in the United States. He's American. So just call him American and don't disgrace him and his family by wearing African scarves. It's fucking posing. You're a poser. God, someone should fucking... see, you can't say shit like that. Just, Nancy Pelosi, you look like a complete asshole when you do shit like that. All right, moving on. I want to get to some cool shit. All right, why don't we... All right, real quick update. I live in Massachusetts, so I talk about things that happen in Massachusetts. Bars have been pushed off. Bars as in drink, not as in eat or as in gold. Bars, King Fam, what's up? Bars were supposed to be opening up in phase 3. They will now be opening up in phase 4. They have been pushed off. They will open up with dance clubs, nightclubs, and of the like, because they don't serve food. So if you have a bar that is just essentially a place to go and get hammered, you will not be able to open up. You have to serve sit-down food. Now, here is the problem. While reading this story, something hit me, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty fucked up. So phase 4, effectively, to be in phase 4, we have to have a vaccine or an effective treatment. So I want you to understand, these people who own nightclubs or who own dance clubs or who own a bar, they're not going to be able to open until there's a vaccine. They're going out of business. This is crazy. Until there is an effective treatment for this, they can't open. Now, I don't really care because I don't go to bars and shit like that. I'm old. I much prefer to go sit up on the beach at Renzo's and have a drink, dude. It's not a dance club. But I just want you guys to understand that here in Massachusetts, if you own a bar, a dance club, and I'm assuming dance club means a strip club. I might be wrong. So strip club or a nightclub, you're not opening anytime soon. You're going out of business. They're not going to have a vaccine anytime soon. And they're not going to have the cocktail, the effective treatment for it anytime soon. That sucks. They have to find a better way. Because, then they can't, it drives me nuts. Then you know what? No more protests and rallies. If you can't have fucking that many people, if you can have protests and rallies and have that many people in the same place, open up the bars, open up the dance clubs. That I'm protesting fucking whatever it is, and I'm going to dance the night away. But I just wanted to give you guys that little note that bars have effectively been pushed off. Moving on from that. Shit, man. We got two good ones. All right, here's a quick funny one. Something smells fishy. And I just thought this was funny, and I had to talk about it because I don't believe the guy's excuse. Speaking of posers and bullshitters, something does smell fishy. A 30-year-old guy in China went to the hospital because he had stomach problems, and it turns out he had a whole big ass like 19-inch fish stuck in his butt, and he claims that he sat on it by accident. He was out like at the beach and he accidentally sat down and the fish swam and went up his butt. I don't even know how to be funny or whatever about it. I just think it's ridiculous because the guy he's full of crap claiming that I sat down. It's kind of like when your kids break something. I used to do this when I was a kid. You ever break something, right? Like you broke, a knick-knack. And then you kind of took the head of the knick-knack and you just placed it back on top of the body, but it wasn't, you didn't glue it, you didn't fucking tape it, you just put it there. And it kind of just, stood there until the next person walked in the room and the fucking head fell off, or someone slammed the door and the head fell off. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, I can't believe you did that. You blame somebody else. It's like the same thing. Oh yeah, it was like that when I got there. You know what? I did that shit when I was in high school, right? I was in Mr. Steed's class. Mr. Steed was a metal shop guy. And we used to make metal hangers for plants. Plant hangers, toolboxes, and shit like that. He had made a metal plant hanger, right? This fucking thing's great. This is the best. Here I am not using my advice from the beginning of the program, being a man and taking my lumps. But I bent one of Mr. Steed's plant holders. I took it and I bent it straight. I made it straight. And he comes in the room and, he doesn't notice it. But then when he did, he was like, hey. He's like, did you do this? And now I'm the culprit all the time, man. He comes right for me because he's like, Paz, I know you fucking did this. You're the biggest dipshit in the class. I'm like, no, Mr. Steed, I would never do something like that. Then he starts grilling everybody. And he's like, all right, everybody's going to be in detention unless somebody comes forward. And I'm like, all right, fuck this. I can't let everybody get busted for my stupidity. So I said, oh, Mr. Steed, I stepped on it. I told him I stepped on it. I was like, I stepped on it. He looks at me, he's like, you stepped on it. You stepped on it. I'm like, yeah, I stepped on it. It bent completely flat. So he had another one. The exact fucking same one. He drops it on the ground. He says, step on it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to ruin it. He's like, no, really. Really, step on it. So I step on it. Of course, nothing happens. He goes, huh, how did you step on it? So then I show him the only way you could really step on it, you could never step on it to make it happen, but I put it in a certain way that you could step on it and flatten it out. And he goes, wait a second, don't step on it. He goes, so you're telling me this fell off the desk and landed upright like this? And I'm like, yeah. And he knocked it off the desk like 10 times. He goes, wow, that's fucking, like, he was like, that's amazing. Anyways, finally I admitted to it and I got a session. And oddly enough, that's how I got obsessed with chess, because I had a 1 month of sessions with Mr. Steed for lying and for bending and breaking, blah, 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 blah. And he was really good at chess, and he taught me how to play chess. But anyways, it just goes to show that we all know that you shoved the fish up your ass, bro. Just say it. I shoved it up my butt. I did it. I thought it would feel good. It got stuck. I couldn't get it out. No need to lie, bro. You put it up there. Just say it. You don't just sit on a fish and it goes up your butt. You put it up your butt. The thing was massive. You guys should Google it. I mean, it was like the biggest. The thing was fucking 19 inches, bro. It was huge. Anyways, I think it's funny, man. Fucking, you know what I'm talking about, though. Like, you would break something in your house and you'd be like, oh, it was like that. Oh, that must have been like that when I got here. I used to do that shit all the time to my brothers. Or I'd blame my brother. Be like, oh, Mike did it. Mike did it. Mad funny, dude. You'd put it like, you take the head. Everybody had knickknacks, dude. I don't know what. Knickknacks are fucking stupid. But everybody had knickknacks. And I broke so many of them. So many knickknacks with the head literally just sitting on top and waiting for it to fall off so I could point somebody else and be like, that scumbag did it. All right. What should we do next? You know what? Let's do Elmer Fudd. All right. We need a DB alert. DB alert is douchebag alert. On this program, we point out douchebags, scumbags, idiots that do stupid shit. And when you get a DB alert, you're just a douchebag. Woo! No sound effects here yet, guys. We don't have that kind of budget. Woo! We have a DB alert. Woo! Woo! Douchebag. HBO and Cinemax are going to have a new Looney Tunes cartoon series. You guys remember Looney Tunes? I loved Looney Tunes growing up. Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Tweety Bird, Daffy Duck, Yosemite Sam, many other characters that I can't think of right now. Fuck the guy, Arriba, andale. Speedy Gonzalez, fucking Roadrunner. Well, I don't know if Roadrunner was part of the Looney Tunes. Maybe he was. Yeah, he was, because of Acme. Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote. Loved it. Actually, you know what? While we talk about this, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid? What did you guys love? I loved He-Man. I was a huge He-Man. I absolutely fucking Power Grayskull, He-Man, Thundercats. Love Thundercats. Mumra. Fucking love Mumra. But back to Looney Tunes. Elmer Fudd. I mean, I want you to think, you picture Elmer Fudd, you tell me what you picture. Just think to yourself, when you think Elmer Fudd, Tom and Jerry, great. When you think Elmer Fudd, what do you see? Of course, you see hunting, duck season, rabbit season. He's hunting. He's got his normal garb on. There we go with the garb again. He's got a hat. What does he always have with him? What does Elmer Fudd fucking have with him? His shotgun. Because he's hunting rabbit. Because it's rabbit season. And then the shotgun's going to blow up in his own face. Or he's going to shoot it down a hole. And then the bullet's going to come around and hit him in the back. Well, thanks to the douchebags at HBO and and Max, HBO Max, Elmer Fudd in the new Looney Tunes cartoons will no longer have a gun. No gun. I don't know how he's going to catch the rabbit. I don't know how he's going to trap the rabbit. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to put a carrot on the end of a fishing rod and try to lure bugs to come in. I don't know where the comedy is going to be. He's not going to be able to blow himself up anymore. So, Elmer Fudd's gun, gone. It's like iconic. You can't picture Elmer Fudd without a shotgun. This is the pussification, BS crap that's happening in the United States of America that now Elmer Fudd can't even have a fucking gun. It's a cartoon. And it's damn funny, and without his gun, it's not going to be funny anymore. Yosemite Sam? Remember Yosemite Sam? 2 guns? No guns for Yosemite Sam. No guns, gone. But here's the funny part. They're going to let them keep the TNT. They're going to keep the anvil. There's still going to be violence, but no guns. I don't know how the fuck you can be a hunter without your shotgun. I don't know how you can make funny without his shotgun. I don't know how Yosemite Sam could come riding in, guns blazing, without guns to blaze. So, there, again, this is what's happening here in the United States. Everything offends everybody. God forbid a child sees that someone goes hunting. God forbid a child sees an outlaw with guns. My God, how they might want to have a gun. Now, my son has guns. They're not permitted to him. To be honest, I don't even know the law on it. I'm not a gun person, meaning I don't own a gun. But his grandfather, his Pepe, he has a license to carry. He's a hunter. He teaches my son how to shoot. My son's a pretty damn good shot. He's actually really good. Great with a shotgun. Great with a 22. What's he got? A shotgun, a rifle, and a fucking hand cannon. I mean, he's a good shot, and he's great with the BB gun too. And he's good with safety, and he's learning the right way, the proper way to clean a gun. Gun safety, how to handle it, how to be calm and cool around it, how to walk with it. But no, in this country, someone just put it right down there, in this country so full of sensitive fucking bitches that you can't even have a cartoon where the guy has a gun. You're gonna take Elmer Fudd's, they're cutting Elmer Fudd's balls off. They're taking his gun, his shotgun. Honestly, where's the NRA on this shit? I'd like to get their thoughts on it. They need to stick up. We need to have a rally for Elmer Fudd. We need to protest to get Elmer Fudd his fucking gun back. Because next thing you know, you're not going to be able to go hunting. That's the whole point of it. The whole point is to re-educate kids from a young age so they say, all right, great. Elmer Fudd doesn't have a gun. Kids won't think about guns at a young age. But he can have TNT, so they're going to be thinking about M80s. Dude, I used to have M80s. I used to put fucking mailboxes up in M80s. Idiot. Don't do that shit. Stupid. Totally could have hurt somebody. Really bad. But I just think it's... The narrative here in the United States is... You can't tell someone the truth anymore. Because if you do, they get butthurt. You can't have guns. Because if you do, people are pussies. You can't have confrontation with people. Because if you do, you're a scumbag. You can't... You can't do anything anymore. You can't do a thing. But soon enough, my podcast will be banned. I'm telling you. Before it even gets big, before it even comes, makes it, and before my first fucking million followers on the podcast, they're going to ban it, and they're going to say, this guy is highly offensive. He supports the American flag. Offensive. He supports guns. Offensive. He thinks everybody's American. Offensive. He eats peanut butter and jelly. That's it. Oh my God. Jelly, it's red, it's offensive, how dare you, it looks like blood on a sandwich. Everything. So I just think it's disgusting and it's a shame. I love cartoons, I still watch cartoons. I like the cartoons that come out for the kids. I just recently got done watching Avatar cartoon with my son. But old school cartoons, I love Thundercats, huge fan of Thundercats. Big fan of He-Man. The classics, obviously. I love the Flintstones. I love the Jetsons. All made before I was born, but I still caught up on them. Scooby. Come on, man. Scooby-Doo. Fucking bomb. Transformers. DuckTales. Woo! Darkwing Duck. Geez, I could go on and on and on. There's so many cartoons that I've watched. Transformers. I might have said that already. G.I. Joe. Fucking imagine. They're going to have G.I. Joe. He can't have a gun. No guns for G.I. Joe. You got to figure out how to save people, Joe. But you can't have a gun. Nope. No gun. I love Rick and Morty. I don't know if you guys watch that, but I love Rick and Morty. It's a show that's on Adult Swim. Rick and Morty's great. You know what I love? And they don't do it anymore. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Probably one of my favorite cartoons of all time is the regular show. Fucking, whoa! Muscle Man, Rigby, Mordecai, Pops. Love it. Love it. The regular show is awesome. If you never watched the regular show, you got to check it out. Steven Universe, another good one. I watched that with my son. It's a joke. It's a joke. I think it's disgusting that HBO and Cinemax are going to take away, the one thing that is synonymous with Elmer Fudd besides his hat and Bugs is his shotgun. And now they're going to take the guy's shotgun away. Honestly, it's offensive. It's a joke. So, I think we're going to run out of time on this last topic. But you know what? We got a little bit of time. Why don't we talk about it? Because I don't know. I'm not really that upset about it. As much as I'd like to get your guys' opinions on it, and I can read the comments after, and then maybe we could pick up the conversation tomorrow. There's a Sports Illustrated column that came out where the columnist is asking the question, why is the national anthem played at sporting events? Why is it played? You know, he's not saying whether or not, maybe he's saying whether or not it should be played. What he's posing it as a way to get past the protests at the games. So he says the NFL is going to have another problem this year because players are going to kneel during the national anthem. They're going to do it. They've already said they're going to do it. Let me be clear here. I am not in favor of you kneeling during our national anthem. There are other ways to protest. I don't have to get into a heated battle with you guys about it right now. You can get your point across in a different way than kneeling during the national anthem. And it's not because, I'm not going down the route of, it represents the military and everybody that died for our country, because it does, but we already all know that. To me, it represents that you understand that you have the right to protest, and the reason that you have the right to protest is because those people died for you, and the anthem is to respect that. So it's not a good time for you to take a knee. So I just wanted to be clear on that. I'm not in favor. I'm not going to backpedal like fucking Drew Brees on this one. And I love Drew Brees, and I think he's a good guy. I'll be clear on this shit. I don't want you kneeing during the national anthem. It's super disrespectful. Find a different way to protest. There. Plain and simple. Clear. Clear as day. Don't deface the flag. Don't fucking get down on your knee during the national anthem. For God's sake. And we don't have to get into a big beef about it, okay? What he's proposing is that we just don't have a national anthem at sporting events anymore. He had a pretty good case about it. He said they never play the national anthem on TV unless it's the Super Bowl or it's a championship. The only people that really hear the anthem are the people that are there. And he said it would be an easy way to avoid, key word here, avoid the protest. Now, I don't really know why they play the national anthem at sporting events, other than the fact that it's a good opportunity. And I don't care when. Wait, let me back this shit up. I think they should play the national anthem before I do everything. I love it, man. I get goosebumps. When I hear the national anthem, bro, I am ready to go. I am fired up. We should play the national anthem before I do my fucking podcast, bro. I get in here, fucking sing the fucking song, dude. I would be fired up. I'd be like, ah! Love it. Dude, national anthem before I pee. National anthem before I shit. National anthem before I go to bed. National anthem before I watch TV. Before I pick up trash. Before I eat. Everything. National anthem, always, all day. I love it. It's not a debate. I'm down for it, man. I'm all for the national anthem. I could kill it. My wife's going to yell at me. Hold on. We have to observe the national anthem. My mother wants to come down and yell at me. Hold on. We have to observe the national anthem. I'm going to pour a drink. Wait a second. National anthem. Hot dog. National anthem. Pizza. National anthem. No problem. But I'm just curious as to, would it be a big deal if there were no national anthem, right? Now, you know what? I'm not even curious about that. They should fucking have the national anthem. There. Done. Moving on from that. My real beef is that this guy just wants to push the issue aside. He wants to push the issue aside by not having the anthem play. That's not the way to handle it. The way to handle it is to have some nuts. The way to handle it is the NFL needs to have some balls, and they need to just straight up say, hey, we're not going to let you knee during the national anthem. You can. By all means, you can. But if you play for my team and you kneel, you're fired. You're out of here. It's my team. I am the fucking team owner. And it's my rules. And if you don't want to play and abide by my rules, you can't play in my fucking league. That's what protesting is. When you protest, it is very effective, and you show how much you care about that protest and about that injustice that you'll lose your job over it. Just as much as someone in the NFL would say, hey, if you fucking kneel, you're out of here. That's their protest. That's them saying that it's more important. So I think it's ballless for the NFL to back off on this. I understand why they're doing it. I do. I totally understand. Right now in this country, there is such division. There is such unrest. There is such... I think I'm running out of time. There is such uncertainty with what's going on. And the best thing for the NFL to do right now is to back off and say, all right, I understand why you guys are protesting. The protest is righteous, man. Righteous, man. You like that? The protest is right. I'm fine with what they're protesting. I am not for police brutality. I do not support minorities getting fucking killed. Nor do I support anybody getting killed. But if minorities feel like, and you know what? I don't care. It seems like they are. So if minorities are being taken advantage of and they're being murdered just because of their color, and people want to protest that, I support it 150%. You have the right to protest it. But pick something else. Don't shred the flag. Don't kneel during the national anthem. Pick something else. In that moment when the national anthem is being played, it is all about our freedoms, all about your First Amendment right to protest, all about your First Amendment right to for freedom of speech, all about the Second Amendment for those who want the right to bear arms, all about the Third Amendment for those people who don't want fucking soldiers living in their houses without permission when it's not wartime, all about the Fourth Amendment, all about the Fifth. Sorry, I gotta check the time. That's what the flag represents. It's a beacon of hope. It's the American dream. It's the opportunity to be great. And the national anthem does the same thing. So just pick another time to do it. Skirting the issue from this SI column guy, pushing the issue to the side, it's like sweeping dirt under the rug. It's like me putting the head back on the fucking knick-knack and acting like it didn't happen. Honestly, it's almost worse. It's almost worse, bro, than telling them not to kneel. It's worse. Because there's no balls in it. It's worse. It's the NFL not sticking up for themselves, and then it's you saying to the NFL, well, fuck racism. We'll just fucking sweep it underneath the rug instead of tackling it head on. No, let's sweep this shit under the rug. No one will know about it. We'll just get rid of the national anthem, and therefore they can't protest. Bro, you get rid of the national anthem, they will find another way to protest. And they should. I would like them just to find another way to protest. You know what would be a good way to protest? Here's a phenomenal idea. Instead of kneeling during the national anthem, if you truly want to protest, bro, go run a nice fucking post, wide open. You know you're going to catch the ball for the win. Bat the ball down. Put your fist up. Just like that. Put the fist up and say, boom. Black Lives Matter. Let's see if you do that. Well, you can't fuck with your ends, can you, bro? You can't fuck with that shit. I can't bat a ball down. I got to be the champion. I got to win. We need to win this game. That would be a true protest. You wouldn't be disgracing the flag. You wouldn't be down on one knee during the anthem. Would you? So that's how I say you protest. You want to protest? Get up to bat. Right? Get up to bat. Stand there. Take fucking 3 strikes down the middle. Strike out. Why'd you do that? I did that to protest the injustice that's going on in this country right now. Why'd you bat the ball down instead of catching it? Well, I just wanted to protest. Find a different way. All right, we're going to run out of time. Just want to clear some shit up because I hate when people take things out of context. I support everybody's right to protest. I do. I am not for you kneeling during the national anthem whatsoever. I am just not for it. I support your right to protest. If you get down on one knee and your owners say it's okay, I'm going to be pissed off about it. I'm going to be bullshit about it. Maybe I won't watch the NFL. That's my choice. But if the owners don't want it and they're going to bounce you because you're doing it, that's their choice, just like it's your choice to kneel. Plain and simple. But getting rid of the anthem during sports only pushes it under the rug for no one to see. All right? All right, guys. I got to stop the podcast because we're out of time. Thank you so much for listening to Spaz'n Out, those peeps on the podcast. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights at 6:30. We do the live stream as well if you want to join us on the live stream. Thank you. Oh, man. It gets super hot down here when we're doing the podcast. All right, bros. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me again. Be back tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'm going to look through the comments. I might have to do a bracket for the best, this one might be an easier one, for the best cartoon character of all time. I don't even know who I think the best cartoon character of all time is yet. I need to think about that. Might be He-Man. He-Man. Maybe. I don't know. I need to think. I need to put some thought into that shit. All right. Well, I guess you'd have to go with Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse. The fuck? I feel like that's an obvious. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Appreciate you. Really do. Everyone have a good one. My TikTok peeps, follow me on TikToks and tell everybody about the show. Later. My Facebook peeps, thanks for your support so much. Share this. Follow me. I appreciate it, guys. He-Man was the shit. He-Man is the shit for sure.